municipality.
So we have to introduce every form of pressure on the contractors to ensure that jobs are completed within record time. So you will agree with me now that we are already recovering this road that has been abandoned for over 20 something years now. So as soon as the road is made motorable and accessible, and our people begin to feel it, that is the target, and that is why the people are excited and they are happy that once more government has given the road the type of attention they expected over these years. You can see how long the tunnel is and the size of the tunnel and the depth of the tunnel, taking out the water erosion that used to flood over to Otamere River. Since the Second Republic in 1982-81, never in the history of this state has any government taken this size of projects into consideration. It's very expensive, it's elitist, it's high-tech engineering, and yet we are confronting it. And by the grace of God, it will be completed very soon.
By extension, the people of the Tiger Road will also continue to appreciate the Uzodimma-led administration for the ongoing reconstruction work in the area. In his bid to ensure quality roads that will outlast the test of time, the governor embarked on daily inspection of these roads to be sure that the contractors stick to the project specifications. Recently, the governor paid an unscheduled visit to the Imo State Water Sewerage Corporation ISWSC office complex and the Otamiri Regional Water Scheme to inspect the facility, where he was taken round the place by the MD CEO, Engineer Emeka Uganyang. The governor expressed delight over the tremendous progress made in ensuring that Imo people in the last 1 year of his administration have access to public water supply. However, indigents of Imo State have continued to commend Governor Uzodimma for all these giant strides and achievements in the last 1 year, which they say is unbeatable.
I want to appreciate Governor Hope Uzodimma has started this work. Please make sure you complete it to the end. The road was nothing to write home about. It was too bad.
The road is very solid. When looking at it, it's very solid and quality. My message to the statement is to keep the good work on. It's the hand they are using on this road. I recommend them to use the same quality of this road, major road, to other areas. Our state will benefit from that.
The road, when looking at it, you can see the standard is very okay, the quality is very okay, the thickness of the asphalt, the stone base, and the agility of the workers. You can see they are doing a very nice job. The road wasn't motorable for the past 8 to 10 years. Not even motorable, trackable. Nobody can pass here. Here is just used as a kind of where they dump refuse. It's not the motorable. You can abandon the road for you. We thank God that this government came in and see this road as one of the links road that will help reduce the traffic congestion in this state. So we really appreciate this government.
The road is looking very good now, but actually before it was not actually cool. People hardly pass through here, especially people that are on motorcycle. It's not motorable actually, but now I think it's looking very nice and much people are now passing through here. You know, the place now is actually okay.
It is no longer news that the second wave of the coronavirus disease is here. And as a responsive and responsible government, the governor, in a bid to save the lives of Imo people, has already put in place measures to contain the spread of the virus. The governor, in a broadcast, gave an executive order making it compulsory for all Imo people to wear face masks while ensuring a strict enforcement of the directives. According to the governor, the Imo State COVID-19 Committee, headed by Professor Morisiwu, working with the relevant agencies, has been empowered to arrest and prosecute anyone seen in public in lieu
It is highly regrettable that in spite of my repeated appeals that we protect ourselves from this later pandemic by taking simple safety measures, a vast majority of our people have stubbornly refused to listen. It is difficult to fathom why my simple appeal to the good people of Imo State to wear a face mask, to regularly sanitize their hands, and wash their hands promptly, and observe social distancing has continued to fall on deaf ears, even when it is for their own safety. The reality on ground points clearly to the fact that no matter how much we want to deceive ourselves, COVID-19 is not only real, but deadly. The second wave of this virus, which is now ravaging the world, our country inclusive, is even more deadly. Our people are dying almost every day from the latest sting of this cruel virus. Yet many of us choose to live in the self-delusionary fantasy that coronavirus does not exist. Let me make it very clear that ensuring that Imo people and residents are alive and healthy is a patriotic responsibility that I'm determined to enforce with every authority at my behest. In this respect, I want to sound it loud and clear to all and sundry that the days of self-delusion on the reality or otherwise of coronavirus are over. The virus is here with us, and it is killing our people by the day. The time to insist on the strict enforcement of the needful safety protocol is now. Consequently, the government's executive order making it compulsory for all Imo people to wear face masks will henceforth be enforced with unwavering determination. The executive order further provides that any gathering of more than 50 persons anywhere in the state is an offense. The conveners of such gatherings also risk 6 months in prison or 20,000 naira in lieu. It is equally an offense to hold approved gatherings of less than 50 persons without providing for hand sanitizers, wash hand stands, and face masks. All hotels, eateries, supermarkets, and stores are by this executive order compelled to provide hand sanitizers, wash hand stands, temperature test machines of their customers, and insist on face masks before admitting anybody into their premises. Any store, hotel, or eatery that fails to adhere to these rules will promptly be shut down, in addition to the proprietors being prosecuted. These measures equally apply to all forms of religious gatherings, marriages, or funerals. Similarly, all markets in the state must ensure that their customers wear face masks. The leadership of the markets must provide hand sanitizers and wash hand stands positioned at the strategic points in the market. Let me be emphatic in announcing that henceforth, no one will be allowed to enter any public building in the state without wearing a face mask. Also, heads of ministries, departments, and agencies of government must ensure that wash hand stands and sanitizers are mounted at strategic positions in their MDS. Those who fail to enforce these safety protocols equally risk prosecution with attendant penalty. It is my fervent desire and my sincere expectation that our people and all concerned should commit themselves more diligently to the observance of these safety measures because they will go a long way in keeping everybody safe. However, I must make it absolutely clear that if our people choose instead to continue to deceive themselves that coronavirus does not exist and continue to go about without face masks and without observing the safety protocols, I will be forced to review the situation in coming weeks. If it is clear from the realities on ground that extra or more stringent measures must be taken to keep our people safe, I will have no choice but to authorize a second
is needed for this purpose.
as I did promise in my maiden broadcast, a part of the administration's agenda for human capital development will also be to encourage sports. And football, which is one of the most important and most passionate aspects of sports in Nigeria, that the Imo people are very delighted. We must encourage our heartland football team to come out as a world-class football club that will be able to compete favorably, not only in our local league, but also in regional and international competitions. To be able to do that, we started by renovating and rehabilitating all the sports infrastructure in the state, ranging from the stadia, other facilities that will make their job worthwhile for them. So on this today, the fan club, which really is the catalyst to players, which motivates the players to always win. We know once we encourage the fan club to be very effective and efficient, it means that the players will also be effective and efficient. By so doing, we'll be in position to win almost all our matches.
As the leader of the Southeast Caucus of the APC Reconciliation Committee, Governor Hope Uzodimma led other party leaders to Anambra State to galvanize support for the party ahead of the state's governorship elections, so as to forge the needed unity of purpose through dialogue and reconciliation of aggrieved minds in the state. And according to the governor, it is expected that in unity, APC is better positioned to take over Anambra State in the forthcoming gubernatorial election. The governor knows the importance of connecting the Southeast to national grid, and for so long, Anambra State has played opposition politics which has not benefited Anambra State and the entire Southeast in a while. For the governor, the importance of APC winning Anambra election cannot be overemphasized, as it will serve as a catalyst for reconnecting the entire Southeast to the mainstream national politics.
I am happy to be here today in Anambra State. Anambra State is not just a state. Anambra is a state that is highly endowed, a state with enormous capacity. So Anambra is a state that is known by the type of great men and women they have produced in the past. By all standards, Anambra State is a trailblazer, a pathfinder, and a role model. You should therefore not be said that it is in your own generation that Anambra State will start boarding last. Never. Of course you know, and I'm here today in accord with the mandate given to our committee by the national leadership of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, to ensure that we put behind whatever differences we have in the APC family in the Southeast and make way for a strong, united party
in our zone. I am here to appeal to you to accept that it is time to turn a new page in Anambra APC. So I appeal to you, my highly respected leaders of our great party, to accept the fact that APC cannot make much progress without unity in Anambra State. We must come together as members of one great family, as members of a team, so that we can win the championship. We should be able to do this so that we can go out and ensure that almost everyone in Anambra State is registered as a member of the party in the forthcoming party registration exercise. I need not stress the fact that Anambra is important to all Progressive Congress, APC, just as it is important to the nation because of what the state represents. It is regrettable that for so long, Anambra has been in the hands of opposition in the national politics. For so long, Anambra has been outside in the national politics. As you are aware, this has impacted negatively on the socio-economic development of the state. It is obvious to me that we cannot get the justice we seek through ethnic politics. As I said, we are in a united Nigeria. The only way we can get what we seek is by being part of the mainstream politics, through which we can be at the table where national questions are resolved. That political mainstream is the All Progressive Congress, APC. It is important for us to return this great state to national politics by ensuring that APC is the dominant party in the state and that it is a dominant, united, strong APC. This is why we cannot afford to have division anymore in Anambra APC. What Igbos need at this moment is APC. It is sad that Anambra State, that should have been championing that noble cause, is still in a sinking opposition party. The APC must be ready to seize the initiative to win the state in November 2021. For the people of Southeast, the election of November 6th in Anambra State is a must-win for APC. We need a victory in the Anambra governorship election to reconnect the state to the national grid. Victory in the governorship election will also serve as a catalyst for fast-tracking the entire Southeast to mainstream national politics, where we can obtain the justice we are looking for. It should interest you to know that this committee set up by the national caretaker for the purpose of reconciling the party in the Southeast, Anambra State is our first port of call because of the strategic importance of the state to the Southeast project, and also to be able to begin to address early challenges that may be on our way for winning the November 6th.
Intervention and safeguarding the lives of Imo people.
We are aware that some politicians in Imo State may be sponsoring the militant group operating in Olo. Our information is that a top politician from Olu Zone and another one from Okigwe zone are behind the militant group. And of course, that is why the battle is in Imo State and not in any other state. Sadly, they may be doing this to score cheap political points. We use this opportunity to warn them to desist forthwith, or we will not only expose them, but they will also incur our wrath. We strongly warn against any further display of bravado and illegality in the name of politics. All violence, use of excessive force, etc., must stop for good of our people. Finally, we commend the efforts of the Imo State Governor, Senator Hope Uzodimma, for standing courageously in defending his people. We also charge him to do more, to show more courage in pursuing any and all means of conclusive resolution of the crisis. We appeal to him to ensure that from now henceforth, all efforts should be channeled towards de-escalation, not reprisal or unnecessary